Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our monthly Student of the Month program. And at this time, my name is Jonathan Greenberg. I'm superintendent of the Paris Union High School District. This is the Paris Menifee Chamber of Commerce Student of the Month program. So if you were signed up to be somewhere else other than that, you're getting a free lunch. So at this time, I'd like to introduce Pastor Brian Von Guten from Student Venture to do our prayer, followed by Mayor Darrell Bush and our Pledge of Allegiance. Would you please stand? So you would give you a chance to clear your throat, too.
Well, would you bow your heads with me and let's pray. Father, we just thank you so much for this day where we can honor these students, Lord, they've worked so hard, God, and just worked so hard in academics, and in spite of all the pressures of high school and the distractions, God, they've kept their focus on what's important. And Lord, we thank you for their parents, Lord, who have just encouraged them, Lord, and are raising them up in the ways they should go. And God, also just giving them the little push and the nudge when they need it to keep studying hard and working hard. And thank you for these teachers and these principals, Lord God, who are just focused on these students and raising them up to build these careers and training them and teaching them and Lord, helping them to be the best that they can be, Lord. So we thank you so much for them, God. We pray that you would just help these students to inspire their peers around them, help them to encourage them, help them to help others out. They're good at things. They're good at academics, Lord. Help them to help those that aren't so good at academics. And God, we just ask that you would protect our schools, watch over them, Lord, that you would help us, Lord, to be great American citizens that not would only look out for ourselves, Lord, but look out for the needs of others as well. God, help us to honor you, help us to glorify you, and Lord, I pray that you would just be with our country, God. Help our president, help the cabinet, help the advisors, Lord, and help them to make good decisions, and always support the school boards, Lord, and so that we can keep on just educating our children, Lord God, and our students, Lord. So we thank you for this. Help them to be honored and blessed today, and we thank you for all of them in your name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
If everyone would join me in saluting our nation's flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. Although the Student of the Month program began in 1998, this is the 15th year here in the Paris Union High School District. The Student of the Month program is a local high school recognition program supported by the community to acknowledge and honor college, vocational, trade school bound senior students for their character, their love of learning, commitment to academics, participation in athletics, school activities, community service. Pastor, it's way more than just academics, but academics are important. Or the ability to persevere and overcome difficult life circumstances in a setting that honors God, country, family, community, and free enterprise. I'd like to introduce our principals and the students first at this time, and so when I introduce the school, if both the principal and the student and their family would stand and be recognized, that's how we'd like this to go. So, from Paris High School, Tan Tao, did I get that right? See, I did, I've worked on it. Tan Tao and her parents, and principal Dr. Lynn Sheffield. Okay, from Paloma Valley High School, student Kimberly Amber Hewer, her parents, and principal Brian Morris. From the Academy, student Anthony Edward Castillo and his family, along with assistant principal Mr. Tate Burns. And from Heritage High School, our student is Jorge Alberto Esmarillo, his family, along with principal Julie Zero. And you're going to hear from them, and that's the best part of the program, way better than me. This program is usually emceed by Sally Myers. She and her husband own this Sizzler and a billion others throughout California. And as you can expect, being business people, they're very busy, so she can't always be the MC, so you get second best today. Sorry. She's clearly a wonderful woman. And, you know, she started this program 20 years ago in Temecula, Murrieta, and then it expanded to Elsinore and then into our district. We are so thankful both for she and the business community. We have business community members here who make this program happen even in a horrible economy, maybe one that's getting better, but still, in spite of that, our business community, Sally, have supported this program and have allowed it to thrive so we can recognize outstanding students who have done well in school, have improved in school, and who are going to make their mark, both in terms of what they do, in terms of going to college, the military, or going into the world of work. So we're very proud of them. We have two chambers of commerce, both the Menifee Valley and the Paris Valley chambers that come together to help put this together. I'm going to introduce the chamber members from the Menifee Valley Chamber. We have our CEO, Dorothy Wolins. We have Tracy Rose, board member, Jim Diaz, board member, and Jonathan Greenberg, board member. So at this time, Dorothy, would you and Grant Bennett, who's the president of the Paris Valley Chamber of Commerce, who's here with Pastor Ted Norton, also from the chamber, if the two of you would come up and say a few words. Say just a few words. Grant Bennett, just a few words.
Thank you. He's my boss also, so it will be a few words. I do want to introduce, we have one of our other board members here today newly elected, B. Parmalee in the back in the corner there. Well, the Chamber of Commerce is very proud to be here and be part of this whole program. We love to come and hear about the students. They're kind of the pillars of our schools, the things that we can show off, and as a community, that's a great thing. But as a business community, you're the ones that are going to come back into our towns and make a difference, open new businesses or make the business we have here better. So our goal and our hope is that you come back to the Paris or Menifee communities and be a big part of that. So we want to congratulate you. We do have certificates that you'll get today with your name embossed in gold, because that's what we think of you. So with that, I'm going to turn over to Dorothy, and it's your turn.
It is my turn to say a few words. I want to also thank the parents. You parents have worked very hard. There could be parents, grandparents, to mentor these students, and your hard work is definitely noticed. And I think that all the students involved here should definitely give them a big hug. Continue to make them proud. As a parent, we all look forward to seeing what our children are going to become and do. Please keep encouraging them to do well and come back to Menifee or Paris if they have to. But use these certificates, students. Use these certificates, make copies of them, hang them proudly, brag to your brothers, your sisters, the rest of your family. You deserve it, and we're so proud of you at the Menifee Valley Chamber of Commerce, and congratulations.
Thank you very much for a couple of words from both of you. More than a couple, but we're okay with that. When you put on a program like this, there's a lot of people responsible. And first of all, I'd like to recognize the chairs of the program. That would be from my office, Lori Ortel and Sarah Rico. There's Lori, there's Sarah. We thank you for your work on this. We also have a development director, and that would be Mayor Daryl Bush. Daryl also produces this program, so if you see him standing up, moving people, telling me, Jonathan, stick to the script, you know, he's this guy right over here, and we just he was just sworn in again for another term as mayor, and his son, who works for Marion Ashley, who usually gives out the county certificates. Well, he's not here today, which is being noted, and he wasn't there last night when the mayor was sworn in. So we're picking on Barry. Your food is being handled by a number of different people, but coordinated by Nancy. There she is right there. So when Nancy delivers your food, say thank you, because they're doing a lot of extra hard work there. I really want you to look at your program, and obviously you see the students and their schools on page 1. If you open it up, you'll see the program as well as the dignitaries that are involved. Page 3 are our sponsors. These are the sponsors that are have graciously given gift certificates and all those wonderful things that are there in those blue bags to my right, blue and also black bags to my right. And so we're very, very thankful, and we hope that the community will see who these businesses are and patronize them. Don't go to Temecula, don't go to Riverside. Patronize these businesses because, again, during a tough economy, they've stepped up and supported our schools. And on the back page, you'll see information about the Student of the Year program. That's where students, there's money involved, money, cash, real money to defer your costs for college. The Student of the Year sponsors are listed in the back. You can see who they are. We'll talk about them in a minute, but certainly these people have really stepped up and supported our students. The lunch sponsors that are here today, and I'm only introducing the ones that are here today, from the Altura Credit Union, Karina Chum and Cheryl Benjamin. Could you raise your hands, please? Be recognized. From Ashley Cronky Inc., Mr. Eric Cronky. From the Bank of Hemet, Virginia and Elena. Could you raise your hands, please? We're very lucky. The city of Menifee has a brand new city council, and we're fortunate to have new city council member, Mr. Greg August, to be here representing the city of Menifee. Thank you so much, Greg. And from the city of Paris, Mayor Darrell Bush. Mark Yarbrough is not here. Councilman Julio Rodriguez, is he here? Yeah, there he is. New city council member. Congratulations and welcome. And City Clerk Judy Hani right over there. From CR&R, we have Nicole Moore. There she is, right over there. Thank you. And I have to tell you, I've already told you about the employees, myself and Lori and Sarah from Paris Union High School District, but this program is greatly supported by our Board of Education, led by our Board President, Mr. Eric Cronky, Board Vice President Joan Cooley, and Board Member Bill Holstrom. I'll get it right. Eric, Joan, Bill. And you know what? If you were going to fumble on a name as a superintendent, fumble on any other name than your boss's, but certainly don't. I could have fumbled under Eric's name because really he's off the board beginning next month. Mr. Holstrom continues on the board, so I failed. Okay, from the Riverside County Office of Education, representing County Superintendent Ken Young, is Kevin Tibbetts. Kevin, thank you for coming. And being a lunch sponsor. Star Milling, Bill Kramer, a regular, they're right over there. Thank you so much. And from Vistera Credit Union, B. Farmley. Okay, as I told you on the back page, and students, you can't just become Student of the Year. I mean, being Student of the Month is amazing. I think we have 7 or 8. So if you imagine your high school graduating class of being 650 and you're one of 7 or 8 students, it puts you up in the stratosphere, in that rare, very thin air that you people breathe that I didn't breathe because I wasn't Student of the Month. But when you're Student of the Month, you get to compete for Student of the Year. And there'll be an application that'll come out in the springtime, and you can't get that if you don't fill out the application. And I have to tell you, we have a committee together, and it's really tough, but we pick a student. And right now, we're at about $1,600 per student for those students who will become Student of the Year. And so that's a lot of money. Now, I know the students are thinking, cash, car. No. The money is put into a trust in your name, and when you enroll whatever, whether it's school or a business school or whatever it is you do, it'll help defray the cost. They'll pay that bill for you. But no, we don't give you the cash. We know you're teenagers. Come on. Come on. We were all teenagers, right? Here's $1,600, use it for college, right? Okay. Now when I got mom and dad, why would I do that? Okay. Our scholarship donors that are here today, and this again is for the Student of the Year, we have a very close relationship with a consultant who has been more than a consultant. He's a friend of this district, supported our bond measure, contributed to our bond measure, and when you see new schools and renovated schools, they wouldn't happen without the hard work of our great consultant, Dr. Fred Good. Thank you for being a sponsor, Fred. And the Menifee Valley Chamber of Commerce, which I happen to be on the board of directors, which is no coincidence. Is that a conflict of interest that we're donating money? I don't think so. I don't think so. And also the administrators in the school district, a very small group of people in terms of numbers. They contribute money to it as well. We do some stupid fundraisers and bleed money out of people so that we can give money for the. And actually, we give the most money. We're very proud to be a big sponsor of Student of the Year. And Bill Kramer, who I introduced earlier. Bill is a huge supporter and donates a lot of money also to that. So we very much appreciate their support. Okay. In the Student of the Year gift sponsors, we also have Mark Yarborough from Swedish Speed and Towing. Although he's not here, he gives an engraved pen, which is really amazing. And now, usually, when we do this part, the next part of the program, we have representatives from every one of our, the state assembly, the state senate, the county, you name it. We've got people, they're almost out the door on Nuevo Road. We have so many, okay? But imagine we had an election. Now, they're either at work or they don't care because there's no election for another 2 years. I don't know. Draw your own conclusions. But I do know that the mayor of Paris is here to hand out. So I'm going to ask the mayor of Paris, Darrell Bush. I'm going to ask City Council Member Greg August, representing the city of Menifee. And if you would like to join us too, sir, as a city, you can come up here and get your picture taken. It's part of being an elected official. Thank you. We're glad that you're here. And then I will hand out the other certificates for the state senators and the county, as well as Congressman Darrell Issa. So, Mr. August, Mr. Bush, if you could come on up. There you go, sir.
Yeah. Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be here on behalf of the city and the city council. We have a certificate here, and we like to think it's extra special. It has gold on it too. And for the people coming back to Paris, not Menifee. No, we always like to kid our neighbors over there in Menifee. I'm disappointed John Denver isn't here. I have more fun.
He's no longer mayor.
I am though. Anyhow, it's a pleasure here to be here and honor the students for their achievements. And I always like to congratulate the family, not only parents but the rest of the family that help and help make the students successful. Because I know that the family is a very important part of a person's life, and without family help, no matter how little it is, or just the backing or support, or what have you, it's very important. It helps the student keep focused and do what they're supposed to do in order to make these achievements. We also, Dr. Greenberg already mentioned my son Barry's not here today. But he always says, and I can appreciate it as a parent, to tell the students to be careful. This is a great time in your life. You're graduating from high school. You're getting ready for the next phase in your life. And during this time, and Dr. Greenberg usually says sometimes it becomes a sad time because things happen, accidents happen, different reasons, and what have you. So we just encourage everyone to be careful and enjoy your time, but be careful when you're out there enjoying your time. And congratulations to the student and to the family. Do you want to just say a few words?
Well, thank you, Mayor. And my expectation and hope for all of you guys, in 2003, I was where you are, here with my parents. And so I hope that you come back to Paris, come back to Menifee, Romoland, Homeland, wherever you actually live. And it's important to get back to the community that is giving you these amazing things and gifts. And when I got the scholarship, it was only $500, so it's really exciting to see that it's gone up. So congratulations again, and good luck in college.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much for your kind words.
Hi, last night at last night's council meeting, Tom Furman asked me if I could attend the meeting that he usually attends. If anybody who knows Tom or seen Tom's and know it's probably a pretty good reason he had to pass up a great lunch like this. So, I live in a senior community and we don't interact with students too much anymore. And I can see my job on the city council, I'll be interacting with students a little bit more. And I need to remind, I was a very poor student, okay? So you need to study hard, otherwise what happened to me is going to happen to you. So keep studying and do well. So, and thank you very much for having me here today.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay, so it won't be my first mistake, but Mr. Tibbetts is here from the County Office of Education to give out a certificate on behalf of County Superintendent Ken Young.
And it is my pleasure to be here on behalf of Superintendent Young to honor the students we have here today. It's a privilege to be here. As the parent or the father of a former Student of the Month winner, I understand.
Tell him to get over the microphone.
You want me to talk to the microphone?
Yeah,
I'm
there
trying to
you
use
go.
my
I told you.
trying to use my teacher voice. As the proud father of a former Student of the Month winner, I know personally firsthand the amount of effort and support it requires to reach this level of recognition. So I congratulate all of you personally on behalf of the superintendent and myself. We also have what you'll recognize as an ink pen that's part of the gift package. And that's symbolic of the tools that you'll utilize as you write the next chapter in your adventure we call life. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, sir. Okay, so a few more certificates that you're going to get. This one is from Assemblyman Brian Estandi of the 42nd Assembly District. And it's a beautiful, as you can see, a beautiful certificate. And again, they passed a resolution in the State Assembly on your behalf. I'm sorry? I'm sorry you don't have the microphone any longer. I can be the teacher. You're out of order. No. Anyway, it is in green. Doesn't mean they have any money in Sacramento. But again, it's a beautiful certificate, and hopefully you'll appreciate that. Also, from the County Board of Supervisors, County Supervisor Marion Ashley loves to come to these events. As you can guess, he's a very busy man. He graduated from Paris High School, lives in our community, supports our schools, and on behalf of Marion Ashley, we have a beautiful certificate from the Riverside County Board of Supervisors recognizing your achievement. Now, we have one of these in each bag, and then the gold standard is the one from Congress, from our former congressman, because they've kind of switched areas, but he's still our congressman all the way till January, from Congressman Darrell Issa, a certificate of special congressional recognition in your name. So congratulations. This is really important, and I always remind students, put these on your resume, especially as you're applying for scholarships or whatever it might be in the future, because again, as the speakers have said, not everybody has been a Student of the Month. I don't want to, Mr. August has already come clean and indicated he wasn't a Student of the Month, but we're not going to ask like Jim Diaz or Dorothy Wolins or Virginia or any of those adults over there. Yeah, Dorothy was Student of the Month in a small district in Michigan where she was the only graduating high school senior. So she was the Student of the Month every month. Okay, enough of that. Finally, from the school district. The school district is investing in you. I'm going to find what I need. It's right over here. When you need the prop, it's never quite where it should be. But these are thank you cards. They may be something new to you students, but this is an important part of your learning in life, is that in each bag we have a list of all of the sponsors who help pay for this event and put this together. So what we're asking you to do is write a short thank you note to each one of them, get them to your principal, and we'll pay for the postage. So again, please make sure you do this. If you don't, remember, I am the person who will, the last person shaking your hand, giving you your diploma, And if Mr. Morris or any of the principals says, no thank you notes, no thank you notes, no diploma. No pressure. Okay, so now in these gift bags, I want you to know some of the things that are in there from the Altura Credit Union. We have cold cups. Now, when you're going away to college, that means water or soda. Pastor Ted Norton has put a Bible, because we all know that when you go for that test, that first chemistry test or calculus exam, you're going to say, oh my God. And so you may want to pray a little bit. Studying and prayer has worked for everybody in this room. There's also a box of Kleenex. That's the Kleenex, of course, you're going to use when you leave home and you're going to miss your parents. Or maybe it's the Kleenex you're going to use when you get back your first grade in college and it's not an A. Regardless, you'll have Kleenex there. We are very fortunate in our community to have wonderful business leaders like Henry Dang. Henry, raise your hand over there. He's eating. I waited until he had food in his mouth to mention his name, but Henry Dang owns Upper Crust Pizza and Whimsical Yogurt over in Menifee and gelato, and in each bag is a gift certificate from him and his businesses. So thank you very much, Henry. From Vistera Credit Union, you have a water bottle. You have a grad night ticket for the academy, prom tickets for the comprehensive high schools, and we have put in movie tickets and, of course, the postage for the thank you cards. Also, as you notice, we have these cameras here. We are recording today's event, and family members, you will get a video sent home, actually a DVD. I'm dating myself, a video. Oh boy, sorry. You'll be getting a DVD of this event, and you'll be able to show it to your family. In fact, moms and dads, this is really good at work. You can actually bring it to work and put it in the DVD player and say, don't you wish you had a student of the month? You know, use it on your boss. Maybe not when they're deciding whether or not you're going to get a raise. Okay, so remember, you have to be able, this is your students of the month or your incredibly successful business people. So we know you can multitask. That means you're going to have to eat and watch as this program goes on. So feel free to eat and eat well. We thank the Sizzler because these lunches are really nice. So now the best part of the program, meeting the students and their teachers and their family members. Sally and I have creative differences on this part of the program, and since she's not here, we're going to do it my way. And what we'll do is we'll start in the program, and by the way, we rotate. So those of you in Menifee, don't think that we always start with Paris. We rotate, and Heritage is going, hey, what about us? You know, don't forget us. So we start with Paris High, then we'll go Paloma, the Academy, and we'll finish with Heritage High School. So I will introduce the principal. When I do, students and family members and staff members, teachers or counselors that are here to speak of the students should come up. And if you look at Jonathan at this time, for those of you that are involved in this, here's how it works, okay? I will sit down and the principal will be here at the microphone. To the principal's right will be the teacher or the counselor or whomever is coming from the school. To my left will be the student and the family. And Daryl Bush is going to make sure, because this is on camera, that you need to be packed in as tight as possible to the podium. And if you don't do it, he'll stand up and wave his hands, and it's a pretty ugly scene. So please just comply right now. Here's what we're going to do, though. When the principal will have about 1 minute to speak, and since all of them work for me, they will take about 60 seconds or less. Then the teacher or counselor will speak, and since they have tenure, they will speak longer than the 1 minute we give them, and there's nothing we can do about it. And we're actually happy. That's actually an important part of what they do. Then the student gets up, and really, students, we want you to introduce your family and friends and guests that are here, introduce your teacher, share a little bit about your college and career goals, and share about your current life, your school life. we want you to answer one question that will be up here, students, and you've been told in advance, so don't act surprised. The questions are, what do you believe is your greatest contribution to your community, school, or family? Number 2, what do you think is the most significant life lesson you'll take away with you to college? Number 3, how do you plan on giving back to our community, or as we call it, paying it forward? And or share a personal story that demonstrates an obstacle that you've overcome. So it'll be principal, then teacher or counselor, then student, then parent. And this part of the program, and we can be lighthearted now, but when this part of the program is the most important part of the program, because having students get up here talking about how proud they are of themselves and the school, bragging about them, but more importantly, hearing from the students the thanks they have, and sometimes the obstacles they've overcome. So we, as Sally always says, hopefully you have a corner of your napkin that you reserve for your tears of joy, but also the proud feelings that you have about, and we've got a couple stories I know for sure today that are touching stories. Stories of overcoming incredible obstacles to be successful. And it's great to live in a country where obviously we want to celebrate our outstanding students. We have students who come up here have 4.6 GPAs, which are almost double what Fred Good had at USC. We like to celebrate those students, but we also, as a country, reward and recognize students who have made a tremendous change in their life, or suddenly in the last 2 years or a year and a half, they've turned around their life. Because we believe in second chances, and we believe in people being able to become successful in our country regardless of their circumstances. So with that, I think I've said enough. I'm going to turn this program over to the talented and wonderful Dr. Lynn Sheffield, principal at Paris High School, and the student and the staff members here. I did. I told them how to line up. Let's see if they were listening. Perfect. Close together, like you like each other. Right here.
There you go.
And smile.
Yes, smile.
There you go. Well, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dr. Lynn Sheffield, and it's a pleasure and an honor to be here this afternoon to introduce the Paris High School Student of the Month. We like to call her Sandy Ty, and so it's very honorable to be presenting her to all of you. What I did is I took an opportunity to ask her teachers a little bit about her and just get some insight on Sandy. She's another one of our quiet leaders that we have on campus, and her teachers had wonderful things to share about her. Mr. Espinoza, of course, recommended her, but her other teachers had wonderful things. Things that they shared were the students are admire her. So the other students work to be just like her. She's the one that they compete with. So, when the test scores come out, they're the ones that say, okay, did I get higher than Sandy? They're looking forward to beating her score because she is that high score on the test. And again, she's a sweet, adorable, nice person, very personable, and they're just honored to have her in their class. And so I'm very excited to introduce to you Mr. Flavio Espinosa. He's going to tell you a little bit more about Sandy Ty.
Good afternoon. I'm honored to be here speaking on behalf of Sandy. Sandy has been my student for 3 years at Paris High. She took Spanish 1 to 3. She's currently in Spanish 3. She has excellent work ethics. She's very responsible. And in 3 years, she had never missed a homework assignment. That's very hard. She's always competing to herself. She don't compete with other students, but she always competing to improve her own score. So that to me is very impressive. She's currently have a 4.3 GPA in our school, and she's also taking some AP classes. She's not only an academic person, she's also a very athletic student. She's involved in soccer, play cross country, track, and also she's part of the Paris Academic Decathlon and Interact. So as you can see, she's a well-rounded student. Sandy speaks Spanish, Vietnamese, and English. So she's trilingual, which is very impressive. She enjoys playing piano. Her goals are to go to Berkeley, her dream school, and become a chemical engineer. She also wants to give back to the community, and I can see why. She's very smart. I'm very proud and honored to recommend Sandy for the Student of the Month because I know she will be a great asset to any business here in Paris High, in Paris City. Sandy.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Sandy Tai, and today with me I have my father and Mr. Espinoza. I would like to go to UC Berkeley and study chemical engineering because I like math and science, especially chemistry. And currently in high school, I'm taking 4 AP classes and 2 honors. And I just completed my cross-country season, and I plan on running track next spring. And personal story. My life at home has been, I'd say, very difficult. A lot of unfortunate events have happened, like when I was younger, my mother passed away, we lost our house, and we aren't really financially stable. But in spite of those things, I still want to excel in my academics so that I can go to a good college, and I just know that it'll all pay off, and that's why I want to go to college, and I'll give it to my father.
Good afternoon, everybody. I would like to say how I am after Sandy even now. Our life has not been very good. She has been able food. And I would like to thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for honoring Sandy, and now I'd like to introduce the principal of Paloma Valley High School, Mr. Brian Morris.
Good afternoon. I'm going to go ahead and begin speaking as my team assembles into place and gets their cameras ready to go. I'm going to introduce Kimberly Hewer to you this afternoon. And the theme of our luncheons is that we're to graduate students who will often be educated, whether it's trade schools or college or career, and come back and give back to our community. And we want leaders. And I cannot think of a more ideal person for that than Kimberly. Kimberly isn't simply a bright student. She's an all-around kid who is doing what needs to be done to be successful in college. Sometimes I worry that these kids we graduate with high GPAs really aren't ready for what they're going to face. Sorry, we got to get closer, guys. Mr. Bush is sorry. Squeeze in. We wonder if they're going to make it. And sometimes some of our kids come back after a year of a 4-year, and it just didn't work out for them. Kimberly's going to be ready. This lady works many, many hours a week at, correct me, Hampton Inn? Hampton Inn in Temecula. So if you ever eat at Rosa's, wonderful Mexican restaurant, she's there. And I just happened to say, you've been working a lot. She goes, I'll be working tonight too. So in addition to these AP classes and the leadership activities she does on campus, she's working and supporting herself. She will be ready to survive college, and she will get through it. Between her people skills and her ability to get along with others and her brilliant mind, this lady will be a leader that we want to see come back to our community and help us out. So I think that the future is secure with people like Kimberly here with us. So, all right, Kimberly. Nice. No, Ann, sorry, I knew that.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ann Campbell. I have been Kimberly's teacher for 3 years, actually, and it's a great pleasure to be here, especially because I have been waiting for this moment to nominate Kimmy for 4 years. She entered my class as a 9th grade student in English. I had a wonderful, amazing first period class. She was part of it. I knew from day one that she was going to be an exceptional student. She stood out, she always raised her hand, she participated, and she was truly enthusiastic about education and being in class and learning. It was amazing. Shortly thereafter, I unfortunately lost that first period class. They switched it to a different teacher. And when I told my students, I thought Kimmy was going to revolt. She was like, I'm not leaving. So 2 days after my class switched, Kimmy walks into first period and says, I got my class switched. I'm not leaving. And it was that year where I learned what an amazing student she is and how enthusiastic she can be. 10th grade, luckily for me, and hopefully for her, she was in my advanced English 10 class. So I got to have Kimmy 2 years in a row, and this year she just continued to grow and to thrive. Especially at the end of our first semester, we read a novel called Night by Elie Wiesel, who is a Holocaust survivor. Through reading this novel, Kimmy's concern for others and her desire to make the world a better place became very well known. She was the most enthusiastic student. She says, we're writing letters to Elie Wiesel. I want to write them. I want to send them. I want to make a difference. And her enthusiasm just knew no bounds. And it was a magical experience to have a class that was led by Kimmy and their enthusiasm to make our world a better place and to make sure that people are never harmed like that again. 11th grade was my sad year. I did not have her as a student, but she did always make sure to stop by. She became more active in our school, so she started participating in track. She was also in softball, and 11th grade to me was the year where Kimmy really started to thrive in school spirit. Her desire to make our campus a better place was very evident, and she would dress up. She would come into my room on spirit days, just head to toe decorated dress for Spirit Week. Why aren't you dressed like a pirate today, Miss Campbell? Because she's decked out. So it was a wonderful experience to see her thrive and grow. Last year was also the first year that we had created a student WASC committee. Kimmy, I made sure she applied for it. She was accepted into the program and has been a leader in our student WASC committee ever since. She has guided the group, making positive changes. Every meeting we have, Kimmy has a positive attitude, and she is so enthusiastic to make our campus the best that it possibly can be. This year, she was voted president of the student WASC committee and has been kind of my biggest helper throughout the entire process. She's always there when I need her to write letters, send letters, get the students excited about what we're doing, to plan events. She is my number one go-to. Luckily, she's also my TA this year, so I get her back for her 4th and senior year. And it's been an amazing experience to see her grow from 9th grade to 12th grade and to see how involved she is both in the community, on campus, and I know that next year when she goes to college, because she came in last week and said, I applied to this one, and this one, this one, this one. So I'm sure she's going to get accepted to several. And I know she'll be a great asset at any college campus as well and do amazing things in life. And it has been a pleasure to be your teacher.
All right, so I'm Kimberly Hewer. I'm currently a senior at Paloma Valley High School.
Closer.
Closer? And not only is Miss Campbell my inspiration, I can legitimately say she's my best friend aside from my mom. She helps me with things to say with colleges, she helps me with essays, she's just really there for me. Definitely currently a senior at Paloma Valley, class of 2013. And throughout high school, I've been part of a lot of things. I definitely have trouble finding time for all of them, but I've been treasurer of the Interact Club. I have been in Student Venture, and I make it there as much as I can. I'm president of the Student WASC Committee. I am a varsity 100-meter hurdle runner, and I look forward to my track season, my last one. And let's see here. The questions were very difficult for me to answer because I don't like to praise myself because I was raised in a big family. In big families, you don't really talk about yourself very much. So my biggest accomplishment or biggest dream that I have and have actually exceeded to complete was for my peers to excel in everything they do. I pushed my fellow WASC committee students, everybody around me to do their best. I love seeing people happy. I love seeing people excel, not only in myself. And the colleges I hope to attend to, I have my heart set on 2. That's Cal State Fullerton and Cal State San Marcos, and I want to study pre-med, get the
bills paid, being a nurse, and then hopefully go into orthopedic surgery. I fell in love with it ever since my dad had his foot reconstructed, and I just fell in love with it when I went to UCSD to see my dad go through that. I want to not only thank the Chamber of Commerce and everybody here for throwing such a wonderful event for us kids to see our accomplishments over the years of high school. I want to thank my parents. My stepdad has been here for me all through high school, and I couldn't have asked for a better dad than him. My mom, my grandparents over there, and this teacher right here, Miss Campbell. And I'm gonna cry now, so. Join me. Yeah. To the question, the biggest, life lesson learned is that you need a network in order to be successful. You need to know your teacher. I created a bond with her, and look where I'm at now. I'm here getting awards from the biggest names of Paris and Menifee. So you need to network in order to be successful. Know your teachers, know your peers, get yourself out there, and hopefully hope for the best. And I look forward to my journey going into college, and definitely going to be back to Menifee because this is where I was born and raised. So thank you.
This is good stuff. Good afternoon. My name is Marcella Hewer, and I am Kimberly Hewer's mom. I would first like to thank, I'm not good at these things, so if I look down the whole time, I really want to look at all of you. But first I'd like to thank the people of the Student of the Month program. Thank you guys. As a mom, I'm super proud. As for Kimmy, I know she is very honored to receive this award from the community and business leaders. Let's all keep our eye on her as she ventures off and becomes a successful young lady, and you better believe she will. She will be back to this community that she was born and raised in. Thank you all.
Okay, now we want to bring up the Academy and Tate Burns.
Just have to speak louder. Everybody speak louder. The mic's not.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Tate Burns. I'm the assistant principal at the Academy. This is Joe Rossi, one of our teachers, Anthony Castillo and his mother, who have lived in the area for 9 years now. And at the Academy, we have a very interesting opportunity to work with students who want to make positive changes and want to dream big. And so Mr. Rossi and I are very fortunate, being the small size of the Academy, to be able to have a lot of great one-on-one conversations with students and help them to build their dreams and help them to figure out where they want to go. So at this time, I'm going to let Mr. Rossi speak because he is tenured and can do so.
As was stated, I'm Mr. Rossi, Joe Rossi. I coach and have taught Anthony for 3 or 4 years. I've watched him come, I've watched him go, I've watched him come again, and now he's, fortunately, it looks like going to go this semester as well. Anthony's been in PE. He's been an asset to physical education. He's there every single day. He works hard. He works out. We had many nicknames over the years. I couldn't say over the microphone about me, but many nicknames we've shared. Nonetheless, I've watched him grow. And what Anthony, I think, has came to realize is as part of our teaching, especially being at the Academy, which is a continuation school where students come there for various reasons, and they learn from their mistakes and they move on. Well, again, Anthony did that once. Now the second time, I've watched Anthony, specifically this time, grow in action versus reaction. Again, whether it be the student, whether it be myself, creating that action, verbal judo, if you will, to see the reaction of the student, okay, instead of Anthony jumping on or getting mad about something. He's learned to calm it down, to think before he act, and most importantly, his reaction to the situation is much different than it has been in past. He will think about it, and then his reaction usually will be, okay, where is this going to lead me? And I've watched him again have one of the highest grades in my class and watch students mess with him per se. And, whether it be staff or students, he's taken that challenge and he does what he's supposed to do, and he just calmly says, hey, you know what, I know where I'm going, I know where I'm heading, and it's out of the Academy, back to the comprehensive high to succeed in my life. So he's been a privilege to work with. I've had his sister. I've had his brothers. So been there quite some time. But again, he's one of the best students I've had, and it's been a pleasure and an honor to be with Anthony throughout the years. And I'm going to miss him, but I look forward to seeing him go onward and fulfill his dreams.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Anthony Castillo. Today I brought my mom. I have Mr. Rossi, my PE teacher, my principal, Mr. Burns. Attending the academy, it's obvious that I have made poor choices along the way. The most significant life lesson that I have learned is that I need to get my life on track and graduate high school and continue on to college. Well, sorry, I'm kind of nervous right now.
It's okay. It's okay. Take a deep breath.
I know I can accomplish that by having a great education, which I'm trying to go to college. I'm in the process of choosing the college to attend to. My fallback school is Mount San Jacinto. I will start with my general education requirements and possibly work toward becoming a lawyer. I know the sky is the limit if I work hard and stay out of trouble. Thank you.
Hi, my name is I'm Anthony Ma'am. I'm sorry because I don't speak too much English.
Move in closer.
But I'm happy when my son is doing good now. But I want to he do good more. It's hard, but I'm happy.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I think all the parents in the room can share her sentiments that you're very proud today, and we are as well. At this time, I want to bring up Heritage High School and the principal, Julie Zerl.
Good afternoon. It's my pleasure to be able to represent and introduce George to you all today. The one thing that I can say about this student, I don't think you'll ever meet somebody more determined than this young man. He came to Heritage High School last year. He's only been in our school for 2 years. He came from Mexico. He is now currently met all the A through G requirements. He intends to attend a 4-year college. He's got his expectations set very high. I'll let him share where he's thinking about going to college, but high expectations. He wants to go into engineering or aerospace. The fact that he just got here last year and has met all the A through G requirements, passed the high school exit exam, is on track to graduate is amazing to me, and it just shows how determined this young man is and how motivated he is to be successful. So I'd like to introduce Melina Gonzalez, his counselor.
So I had the opportunity to have him come in last year, and normally I'm an EL counselor, and usually I don't have students with this eagerness. But the first time I met him, he didn't know any English, and he came into me and eager to go into higher classes. And go, you just came. I have to get you take your test. I have to make sure you're going to be ready. When I found out he took the test for the first time, he enrolled in August. He took the CASI, passed both tests, almost a perfect score in math. And I go, you know what? You're ready to move on. So I moved him into regular classes his sophomore year, and from ELD 1 to a jump of English 2. But I mean, I just saw his eager. I think since then he hasn't slept. I think he's until this year. I mean, and that's when I recommended him, because he's just an inspiration. In my 12 years of counselor, I've never met a student. I have actually never had a student that actually met the requirements. He went to summer school and took all the English classes so he can make sure he can be A through G eligible. He's a true inspiration, and he's been in my office, in a lab for the last month applying for colleges. He's applied to several UCs, Cal States. He's eager, and I know, and he's worked on his essay, and it's really hard for him because of his language. He really, coming up here and speaking is going to be very hard for him because his speaking is not as good, but his writing, I've read his essays. He's gotten AP teachers. He's found ways to get people to look at his essays, and he's just an inspiration. And I know that he will do anything. And he's competing. He made the National Honor Society the first year. He's actually applied. He's went to a conference already in Arizona. He's just, this within the last 2 years that he's been here. So I really wanted to recognize him, and I'm very, very proud of him. And I'm so happy to have him as a student because I know he's going to do great things.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jorge Mario. I'm a current senior at Heritage High School. I would like to introduce my aunt, who gave me the opportunity to live with her in her house since July of last year. And she's my cousin and my counselor who has helped me like every day since I started my education at Heritage. After high school, I would like to attend UCLA. I plan to study aerospace engineering. I want to be an engineer because I really like mathematics and science. I want to work for NASA after college. I have shown an attraction to this area since I was a child. Few of the programs that I am involved in high school are National Honor Society, California Scholarship Federation, a robotics program. I really like these activities and all that we do. My biggest obstacle that has presented in my life is leaving my family in Mexico and come to this country with the dream of having a very better education. It was barely 1 year and a half when I decided to come to this country. At first, I didn't know any English, and I was placed in ELD classes. After passing the casting, I was placed in regular classes. Now, as a senior, I'm challenging myself and taking AP classes. I want to thank you all the sponsors for the support and generosity which makes this possible. Now I want to invite my aunt to say some words.
I'm saying in Spanish. I want to say something nice, but again in English. Buenas tardes a todos. Estoy muy contenta y muy orgullosa de Jorge, mi sobrino. Además, mi sobrino es mi ahijado. Yo lo quiero mucho como mi hijo. No me arrepiento de abrirle las puertas de mi casa porque es un muchacho, aparte de buen estudiante, muy inteligente, muy servicial conmigo. Siempre le ayudo tía, all the time. Me ayuda él bastante. Es muy buen muchacho, tiene unos papás excelentes. Eso le ayuda mucho a él y una tía que lo quiere mucho. Todos en mi casa lo queremos mucho. Tengo muchas cosas que decir, pero no alcanzo.
I'm going to translate that for you guys who don't speak Spanish. She said that she's very proud of him and that her doors are always open to him. And
He's glad that she.
yeah, she's glad and very happy that he came to live with her. His parents are very, very good parents, and they're happy to give him the opportunity to come out here to better his education, because this boy does not sleep on weekends. He doesn't go out. He's always studying. He hardly eats because he just wants to learn English really good. So the more he learns, the better he gets at it. So we're very proud of him.
At this point, I'd like to welcome up Dr. Greenberg to close out the program.
Well, as you can see, we just have some average kids doing well in this community, huh? Every one of those students makes us all proud, those of us that are in public education, getting a chance to work with students and working with teachers and support staff. It's just an inspiration. Sandy, I mean, you're going to live every dream that you set for yourself. The balance that you have in your life in terms of being an athlete and a student leader will help you at UC Berkeley, as we call it, the Northern Branch. Kimberly, you're just going to be a great leader. You are in charge. You don't take no for an answer. One little problem, next Monday, I will be your teacher's substitute teacher, so you'll be working for me. So, and you won't be able to get out and go to the office and get changed because I will not let you do that. No, but yeah, I'm subbing for your teacher on Monday. It was news to the principal too. Better clean things up over there at Paloma, Brian. But seriously, Kimmy, I think everybody calls you, you're going to be an incredibly successful person. You already are. Anthony, where are you? Where's Anthony? He's right over there, back there eating his lunch. Anthony, we believe in second chances. We even believe in third chances. You have what it takes to be successful. You know that. And you've got a lot of people who want to support you doing that. We have great dreams for you. We know that you can be that lawyer and do whatever you want because you're capable and you're smart. So congratulations for you for turning it around. And Jorge, going to UCLA. You're my hero. Did you know we beat USC in football this year? You might have been studying. It was 38-28.
Just in case.
I wasn't studying. What was that score again, Dr. Good? Sherman?
28-38.
Yes, yeah. But, you know, I think we were all stunned to hear your story. Stunned. Because we know how difficult it is to learn a language. I mean, she's learning 3 languages, but that's another story. But to come here and do what you've done in such a short period of time inspires us all to want to go back to work and not have excuses and do our jobs even better than we do now. So congratulations, and wherever you end up, I know you're going to be successful. So we have some incredible students, and I'd like a nice round of applause again for all these wonderful students. Now, as I told you, we have a DVD being made. It'll be sent home. It'll also be on Time Warner Cable in the city of Menifee. No, city of Paris, not the city of Menifee. And I want to thank Randy Hughes and his students that are here. I'm going to introduce them. The technical director is Zachary Israelson. Audio is none other than Randy Hughes. He's standing in, doing that today. Our camera people are Corey. He told me how to pronounce it. Where's Corey? Corey, how do you pronounce your last name?
Verdorn.
Verdorn. Corey Verdorn. Kenia, right? Kenia Acuna and Nicholas Vasquez over here. Thank you all very much for your hard work. Okay, after we're done, and we're not done yet, after we're done, we're going to ask students to take their bags, meet us out front for a great photo opportunity with the mayor and the city council member. Be nice if you could join us in that picture. And now, Sally always finishes with a great inspirational message, which is on my phone. So if you're wondering why I'm looking at my phone, that's why I'm doing it. John Maxwell is an inspirational speaker. He's a pastor. He motivates people and does a wonderful job. And Sally just loves him to death. And today the word of the day is execution. Now, not that execution. I'm not kidding. The word of the day is execution. And Dr. Maxwell is going to speak about that as soon as I pull him up on my phone, and hopefully I can make it loud enough so all of you can hear. I apologize that the microphone isn't working quite as well as it should, but we've got Dr. Maxwell coming up talking about the word execution. Here we go.
Bob Crostarosa, who is the Senior Vice President of Marketing at Juno Beach, said, "John, talk about execution." Well, we all know the person who says, "Ready, aim, 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 aim. Hey, pull the trigger. Do something." Execution means that you do more than think. You do more than plan. You take the plans that you've thought of and you initiate. You get it started. The greatest gap between the successful and unsuccessful people is the gap between knowing and doing. A lot of people that know what to do, they just don't do it. You know, the old Nike thing, just do it. Here's what I've discovered. People that just do it are a lot more successful than people who think about doing it. I've never made any money on an idea that I thought that I didn't implement. I've never made a difference in a person's life of who I thought maybe I should encourage, but I decided not to encourage them. It's always the execution of the plan that brings the fruitfulness for the plan. So no more ready, aim, 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 aim. It's ready, aim, fire, execute. It's the first step to fruitfulness in your life.
Okay, you know, I never proof these before I put them on, and I hope Sally doesn't set me up someday. That wouldn't be good. That would not be funny. On behalf of the Paris and Menifee Valley Chambers of Commerce, congratulations to our students and their families. I thank the teachers and counselors, and I thank the business community supporting this wonderful event. Thank you very much, and have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.